continue dropping out the Reavers right in front on the front lines here. Beautiful Storm on the back of the play goes off onto actually everything.
Oh, the Scourge.
Reavers getting focused down, still dealing a lot of damage. Even if all they do is kill turrets, that's fine.
Yeah, we still don't have +1 done for them yet, so I feel like maybe you hold off for a second, but there we go. You see +1 hit right as that volley came off. Oh, look at those Yamatos. All right, welcome everybody. The day has finally arrived. The grand finals of BSL Season 9 are upon you, and so are we. I'm Rapid with Nyoken once again. We've done an entire... What season did you start casting BSL?
6, the one I played in, right? Pretty sure.
Did you not cast Season 5 finals? No, yeah, because I cast that with 0, I think, right?
Yeah, I think I did 6. 6 because I was playing and then casting at the same time. It's kind of when I got into it, I'm pretty sure.
So Season 6, 7, 8, and now 9 finals are upon us. And we've got some incredible games coming your way. Of course, the grand finals is going to be Bonnet versus True Touch. I think probably the match everybody wanted to see. The best of 7 between the 2 best Polish players, maybe the 2 best non-Korean players ever. It's going to be insane to watch that. But before that, we've got a best of 5 between the 3rd and 4th place players who almost made it to the grand finals. This is pretty close semifinals, but we've got g0rynich facing off against TerrOr to start things off with a best of 5. But man, I don't know how to kind of feel about this. It feels like the time between BSLs is just too long, but then the time when BSL is on is just too short. And I'm just used to always being in the season, and now it's like it's almost over. What was your favorite BSL moment up until now?
My favorite moment?
Yeah, I'm putting you on the spot. Do you not remember all 10,000 games?
I do remember. I actually like just very simple things. Like I like the Ouya models game where he just proxy 2-gated him, like just ended him instantly. Like he set him up for it. Like he played macro twice, and he's like, "Oh, remember that? Oh no, actually, it was
I know what my
a different proxy. It was Ouya later on doing
that was when Ouya got out of his semi-group of death with g0rynich, Dragon, and Casper.
Yeah, it wasn't versus models, but his secondary proxy in the center of the map. I forget how that actually unfolded, but yeah, that one would have to
That was really good. I think my favorite series was watching TerrOr and Mad play. Like that TvZ best of 3 went all 3 games. Like we had games that went 30 minutes that started with an 8 racks in the middle of the map or something like that. I was just like, oh my God, this so sick. And it's TvZ, right? We just had everything. It was so good. Yeah, this season has really delivered. I think we had groups of death in the playoffs where we had Bonnet, DeWalt, Kogut, and Gosu Dark all in the same group. That was insane. And then even just the playoffs. I mean, some of these matches were so hard to predict. You had True Touch versus DeWalt to start things off, and then the upper bracket had that rematch of the season 8 finals between Bonnet and g0rynich. It's just so good. The season's been amazing. It's been great to have all of you guys along with us. We've picked up a bunch of new Patreons, new subscribers, new people tweeting at me about how luscious our appearance looks No, I don't get that yet. But anyway, lots of great feedback, and we want to thank all of you guys for tuning in along with that. I believe voting is closed on the Team Liquid poll for the finals today. So just to let you guys know, the final voting results... Wait, what? Okay, never mind. Oh, here it is. All right. So for the grand finals, we've got Bonnet with 70% voting, and then True Touch with 30%. I actually saw mostly comments of people cheering for True Touch, but then in the 3rd and 4th place match, we've got g0rynich with 55% of the vote, and TerrOr with 45. That's the way percentages work. So pretty close for the best of 5 coming up. Let's see if it lives up to our expectations. So without further ado, let's end this talkcraft and get into some actual StarCraft. Because coming up first, it's going to be our 3rd and 4th place match between g0rynich and TerrOr. g0rynich, a guy that made it to the grand finals of BSL Season 8, and TerrOr, a guy that makes it to the semifinals of basically all tournaments and sometimes wins a few times. What do you think about these players, Nyokin?
Yeah, so last week we saw g0rynich versus Boneth, and macro, when he got it going, like in the first game, incredible. Like his macro was crazy, just like last season. But we did have g0rynich up against Mad, and that series was 3-2. I think Mad even was ahead in that series.
Yeah, he was.
So I feel like TerrOr's a little bit better than Mad. So if it's that close between g0rynich and Mad, I think you gotta give TerrOr a slight advantage. That's what I'm expecting. And, you know, the Team Liquid chat, I think, is 55% favorite for g0rynich, but I think I'm leaning towards TerrOr. I was also looking on Liquipedia at the history between these two players. They haven't really played that much this season, but it seems to be TerrOr is a slight favorite overall from 2019, like a 60-40. This is a new feature on Liquipedia. You definitely should check it out. It's like you select their name and then select the chart, and it brings up their complete history.
Yeah, I just posted the link in chat. If you guys want to click on that, you can see the same advanced statistics that real life commentators like Nyokin and I look at sometimes when we feel like it. And this, the link that I posted will just show you kind of their historical, matchups against each other. And you can see that, over time, it actually kind of shifted from g0rynich being the guy that would dominate in 2017 and 2018 to 2019, where TerrOr was taking the majority of their meetings against each other. And sure, you can say these are just in some like G's Weeklies or online Brood War Cups. But actually, this is where we get a chance to see a rematch of their BSL9 meeting when TerrOr won 2-1. This is a best of 5. So we've got a lot of games for these guys to play against each other. I'm actually just really excited to see how this is going to go. Obviously, you've got one of, if not the strongest Russian player right now, along with like DeWalt up in there, along with TerrOr, who has always been one of the best Peruvian Brood War players ever. These players played just moments ago because of the latency issues that observing causes them. These will be broadcast from replays that are fresh, hot off the presses. The icing on top is still melting. It's like running down the sides. They're delicious replays coming your way. And we're going to start things off with game number 1. And if I'm not mistaken, game number 1 will be on Lamantia. So does this favor TerrOr because it is a Spanish language map? Maybe. But we got to have some more Russian language maps. Has there ever been a map that's been named like a Russian word?
I have no idea.
Where's our Nizhny Novgorod map? Something like that. Anyway, let's get into this. It's game number 1, 0-0 to start things off in a best of 5 between one of the best players in Russia, one of the best players in Latin America. Let's get it started with game number 1. Oh, we love you guys in chat. Welcome everybody to the 3rd and 4th place map, our series for BSL Season 9. We'll come all the way, and this is the appetizer. These are the wings. These are your jalapeno poppers for BSL Season 9. And in the bottom right-hand corner, in his trademark magenta, playing Terran from Peru, it's TerrOr.
And in the bottom left, in the bluish gray, we have the Russian Zerg. It is g0rynich. So we were talking earlier, you wanted to see some 8 Raxes from TerrOr.
I did.
I actually kind of agree. I want to see some aggression from either one of these players. 8 Rax is fine, 9 Pool is fine. I want to see some aggressive play from g0rynich because he seems to be big time macro. We saw it in ZVP. So I'd like to see him just bring it to TerrOr, somebody who is aggressive himself, let him know like, hey, I can be aggressive too. But we see, just like what I like to see on Lamantia, TerrOr's actually opting for a wall. And there we go. g0rynich is going for what I like, 9 Pool. Unfortunately, this is a map that you can wall on. So he's going to be running into a wall, and I'm already loving TerrOr's position.
Yeah, obviously, if you spawn, correct me if I'm wrong here, if you spawn in the upper left-hand corner, your Marines pop out on the outside of the wall, don't they?
Yeah, that's upper right. But
upper right. Yeah, upper right. So you can't do everything in every place, but this is one of the positions where it is good.
He sent his SCV back.
Wait, I thought he was
this
coming
14
after...
CC.
Oh my god.
So okay, well this is not a guaranteed loss for TerrOr because we already saw him stop a 4 Pool versus Crossy, but this is going to get ugly.
Look,
very quickly.
SCVs are good at defending. So he's not going to scout this.
Andy gets scouted first because this is BSL. It always happens. Now, if he hadn't
true.
If he hadn't gotten scouted first, I wouldn't be that worried because, you know, maybe he. Oh no. Well, maybe you could build the command center in the wall, but that's not happening. Now this drone just sits here forever, denying the wall. Oh man, this is gonna be quick.
This is how disgusting Zerg players are, right? A Terran player is just trying to build a building that doesn't build fighting units without having any fighting units, and he's gonna try to fight him. That's just not fair, Nyokin. He should be able to build no military and just economy and not be punished for that, right?
Yeah, he should.
Oh yeah, okay, all right. Glad that we got that straight. Obviously, if you don't scout this, is incredibly potent. There is a wall, but you can't repair buildings that are being built.
Yeah, so we're gonna see GG any second. There's no completed racks this time, so no potential for a bunker back in the main. See you, Depot. This is, oh man, and the SV pops out on the wrong side, so it's not even building the racks anymore. It couldn't be any worse for TerrOr right now.
Yeah, I mean, he did kill the drone with SCVs, and they are here. They're okay at defending, but I mean, this is 8 lings. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, this is just gonna be any moment now. GG. I mean, that was even a good surround by TerrOr, but it just doesn't matter.
GG. Damn, 3 minutes and 15 seconds. If you guys watch the other global team league for Brood War put on by Kix called the STPL, we've got this emote there called the 6-minute curse emote, and that's because just a tragically high number of games end in 6 minutes. This is 3 minutes and 15 seconds, about the fastest game that you could possibly get. This is like when you get the appetizer, but you're at like a fancy restaurant and it comes on this big plate. Maybe there's some like zhuzh like on the plate. There's like this fancy, and then the piece of like thing in the middle is like a nugget.
Yeah. Like
a dinosaur nugget. And you're just like, that's it. That's what this game was. We're getting through the dessert course or the appetizer course as fast as we can, because somebody wants to see the grand finals, obviously. Man, explain this whole not building attacking units strategy to me, Nyokin. What's going on with?
I mean, it is a good map for it, because if you think about it, why would Zerg 9 pull into a wall? It's so common that it doesn't make, it makes sense because they're gonna 14 command center often. So it's like that poker type of move, right? Where they're just one level ahead of everybody, or you're one level ahead of your opponent, just mind gaming. Unfortunately, the mind games didn't work out for TerrOr this time. It backfired, and he's quickly down 1-0. And like I said, I wanted to see something aggressive. Now he's got to be worried about g0rynich just being aggro all the time, because that is sometimes what happens. Once somebody decides on a style, they keep going for it.
I mean, yeah, you definitely don't go for this twice in a row. I'll never forget Light, one of the best Terran players now, and he was always known for his best matchup being TvZ. And in ASL Season 5, I want to say, he was put in the round of 16 into a group with 3 Zerg players in it. This is guys like Hero, like very strong Zerg player. Very good Zerg players. I think Sulky was maybe one of the other ones. But this is Light, his best matchup. He's god of this matchup. And he 14 CCs 2 games in a row and gets bopped out of that group instantly. He's so sad afterwards. I'm like, what are you doing? You gotta, like, you know, play a game here. So let's see if we've got a series on our hands, or if we are gonna boost a rocket into the grand finals here, because g0rynich is up 1-0 over TerrOr, and we're moving in to game number 2. The map is Escalade. We've got things loaded up, ready to go. So without further ado, let's get into it. Game 2 of the 3rd, 4th place match with g0rynich up 1-0 over TerrOr. All right, here we go. In the upper right-hand corner, in the orange, playing Zerg from Russia, it's g0rynich.
And in the bottom right, in the magenta, it is TerrOr. So Escalade, our second map. And funny enough, this is another map that you can wall off on. And if I was TerrOr, I would wall off again. Maybe not go 14 command center, but it would be hilarious to me if g0rynich had gone for a 4-pool, because a 4-pool does shut down wall-based builds very quickly if you can scout them first. Oh no, he unfortunately selected all of his drones that mined off of one patch. Now, actually, this happened to me. So back a long time ago, before there was Brood War chart, before people knew how to spam and stuff like that, you know, people didn't spam, didn't box select their workers. But as soon as Brood War chart came out, as soon as you went to a LAN cafe and saw a Korean, you know, everybody started doing it. And I started doing it back in 2001 and 2. So WCG 2003 happens. I go there. I'm playing versus Froz, my arch nemesis, right? Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I accidentally selected all my SCVs and hit stop because I thought I was highlighting the command center, and all my SCVs stopped mining. And I unfortunately lost that game. I always will remember that. I hate that. So that's unfortunately what has happened to g0rynich. Now, g0rynich has gone for 9 pool again. So this is going to be a super aggressive play from him. Unfortunately for him, this time TerrOr is not going 14 command center. Now the question, oh wait, this was actually an 8 racks from
it was
TerrOr.
8 racks. Well, I guess double quotes forward 8 racks as part of the wall, obviously, but basically the opposite of his opening in the last game. This is about almost the fastest you can get this out, and will serve pretty well against 9 pool.
And look at this.
How did he scout him first?
Instant depot wall. This is a very confusing build because 8 racks, you know, usually you want to put on some pressure with 8 racks, but instead he has an 8 racks that's walling himself in. So he must have thought that g0rynich might do something like a 4 pool or a 5 pool. Unfortunately, it's not a 4 or 5 pool, it is a 9 pool, so it's a little more economic based. But this was, I think, a pretty good read from TerrOr that he was going to get aggressively run into an aggressive build from g0rynich. Now, what does he want to do with this? Because 8 racks really does hurt your econ quite a bit. Look at that. He's scared to even lift his racks.
Yeah.
That's how confident he is that this was an early pool build.
Well, and conversely, on the other side for TerrOr, he is now delaying that. I mean, this isn't like factory expand delay, but this is not anywhere near as fast as that CC happened in game 1. So once the Zerglings show up, TerrOr will be a little bit vindicated that he did go for this hyper defensive style. He's going to try to bust through. He kills off the SCV and only loses a Zergling for it. So, I mean, that's already a pretty good trade. And this is where you don't know what level of all in your opponent's going for. Thankfully, he's got the SCV out and across the map to scout and see if there's like a flood of lings coming his way. And he will see the hatchery, so he'll know he's not getting super all in.
Yeah, SCV being alive is going to give TerrOr a good read onto what g0rynich is going for. Now, surprisingly, I mean, this always shocks me. Like, Zergs always go for a fast gas, yet they still have a lot of econ. Look at the amount of resources g0rynich has. He's had 400 minerals. He's got his 3rd hatch going up. Luckily for TerrOr, he does see it, but this is the effect TerrOr has on you. This hatchery could have been at another main. We see that this is not factory play, but g0rynich is reading this wall as if this was a factory play. He is going to wall off. Again, we're going to see TerrOr actually use this wall to his advantage, skimp out on Marines in the early stages, fast eBay coming up. So this is lining up for what he did previously versus, I think it was True Touch, the one game he won, where he went 4 racks plus 1 weapon.
Oh, you're
just
right.
Completely caught True Touch off guard.
Yeah, well, True Touch also said in his interview afterwards that he kind of mis-scouted that game, or misinterpreted his scouting information, so he was kind of caught a little bit more off guard by that. But it's actually just still a super strong build here. And I mean, if it's good enough to beat True Touch, it's good enough to beat g0rynich. Oh, wow, there it is. Yeah, and there's no scouting information. The Academy, not there yet, not done. So he doesn't have the ability to scan and see this. Hitting very, very quickly, and the SCV won't be able to get through to see the Hydra Den.
Yeah, now as a Terran player, I hate facing this because just like as a Protoss player at this stage, you don't have any intel on what Zerg is actually doing. Are they mass linging you? You have a wall. You would think they're not, but sometimes ladder players show up with it. Are they going mutas? Are they going lurkers? What is it? Now, we haven't seen a Hydra bust versus Terran the entire season, but players like J0rynich love doing this versus players that like to go for a wall because you don't have a bunker. You don't have anything to deny the Hydras from at least killing the depots. You don't have range. You don't have anything.
Yeah.
So g0rynich has a super strong build, but it's only going to be strong for about the next 1.5 to 2 minutes. Once TerrOr can get these Raxes up, get range, get stim, it's going to be much harder to break.
Yeah. How do Hydras do against 5 racks stim Marines?
Yeah, not very good.
No.
So g0rynich has a super strong build right now, but after maybe 1 or 2 more rounds, he's got to go. Otherwise, this timing is going to be out the window. He's going to be stuck on.
Man.
He doesn't even have a lair, so this is super all in. Oh, he scanned and he saw it.
Oh, and so now what he's doing right now is he's killing his scanner because it's faster to rebuild the scanner. You get more energy when it rebuilds. So by killing the scanner, he's able to rebuild it and get that faster. In theory, he's actually not rebuilding it, so that's weird. But, oh, there it is. Okay,
Well,
and he gets the 50 energy right off the bat.
Well, he thinks it's lurkers, but in reality, it is, okay, now he scans the nat and sees that it is not lurkers, it is just hydras, so he just needs bunkers, and then he's good to go. He can sack these 2 depots. Now, if he sacks the 2 depots, he needs to be cognizant that he needs to rebuild them in his main, because I've seen so many times it's like, oh, I can trade my depots. This is me thinking. And then I realized, wait, I'm supply blocked. There we go. Double depot going down. So TerrOr has the perfect defense right now. And this feels like it's just too late from g0rynich. Range is about to kick in.
Yeah, once range finishes, that's huge. He doesn't have additional bunkers in the back, or I guess really any bunkers. He's actually going to lift it here. Look at this concave of hydras. It's really, really scary. Zergling's trying to run through. They get targeted down instantly. The marine count is just so high right now off of those 4 racks. But if you push out, the concave of hydras just does so much damage. He's pushing up again, starting to target down the individual marines. Medics doing their job beautifully. And the rack floats away back to the main. The depots are going to get targeted down, but that's a lot of bio, Nyoken.
Yeah, 5 racks production. Range just kicked in. Plus 1 weapon even just kicked in. Oof. And now we have no lair. Nothing is just pure hydra. This is going to be a nightmare for g0rynich. This is probably going to be his only attack.
Yeah, I mean, targeting down with the hydras, they've got good DPS. They just have no HP against the stim marines. Stimming out here, popping the hydras 1 by 1. No high ground advantage, and GG, that's it. A 7-minute, 28-second game.
Yeah, very quick game from TerrOr, and it actually looked like a really good build order counter from g0rynich. Just waited a little bit too long. Maybe he powered a little bit too hard, but I did like the idea. It's something that we haven't seen all BSL season long. And this wall, assuming that we don't 14 command center, I mean, TerrOr looks really good with it. We saw 4 racks, now we see 5 racks, and you see how fast +1 kicks in. It's so deadly.
Well, yeah, that was a pretty fast eBay, and I mean, even without the +1, I mean, just the decision to go for that 5 racks there, not a great, well, I mean, you talked about like that moment where the hydras hit and the 5 racks hasn't kicked in yet. It's really powerful, but didn't really hit that moment. So, wow, we are really motoring through the series so far. It's tied up at 1-1, and for game number 3, we're moving on to the map. I'm trying to queue up the transition. Yeah, the map Whiteout, but I wasn't going to say it until the transition played. Whiteout, there it is. All right, production value. And this is a little bit weirder. Obviously, it's a 3-player map, but I like that our players are really feeling each other out and playing super aggressively here. Now, may that possibly be contributed to the fact that these players are playing over 12,000 miles away from each other? I don't know. Who am I to say, right? I just want to see them play consistently aggressively because it is so much fun to watch. So without further ado, let's get into our 3rd game of this best of 5. It's tied up 1-1, and yeah, the winner of this wins 3rd place in BSL Season 9. All right, here we go in the upper right-hand corner. The magenta Terran player from Peru, it's TerrOr.
And in the mid-left, in the brown, we have our Russian Zerg. It is g0rynich. Now, I want an 8 racks from TerrOr. And the reason I want it is because g0rynich has shown 9 pull twice. Second game, TerrOr read it. But I don't think g0rynich actually really read that TerrOr read it. So really? I think g0rynich is going to play standard here. I think this is a 12 hatch from g0rynich. Yeah. And here we go. Perfect from TerrOr. This is going to be 8 racks. I'm hoping it's in the center of the map because I really do think this is a 12 hatch from g0rynich. He's approaching 100 minerals. We'll have to wait and see what it's going to be. Is it going to be Overlord? Is he going to go past it? Is he going to go for the pool?
I think he's going Overlord, dude. I think
he's going for the pool. Oh my God, he's got the sickest read. Wow. So we got another blind counter from g0rynich here. I guess, like I was saying, they're just on that level. Like, he knows that I know that he knows.
Damn.
And g0rynich is just 1 level above it. This is even double racks.
Oh my God, he's 2 racksing the. Oh my God. Ugh.
Well,
disgusting. Well, I mean, look, we were talking about a game earlier, but like the idea is that anytime you go for some sort of like BBS kind of deal, and your opponent reads it super hard with his pool timing, the single like the 2 or 3 Marines, they're running across the map, and these 6 to 8 Lings just run past them. You're like, oh, well, that's not good. So yeah, watch this drone scout middle of the map too. I'm hoping.
That'd be crazy. Well, luckily for TerrOr, he at least double racks, so he's gonna have a lot of Marines quickly. But I don't see double racks in the middle of the map versus Zerg that often. I'm expecting him to have like four Marines versus 6 Lings, maybe something like that. Maybe with some type of miracle control with his SCV, he can hold them off. But Zerg can play a real game with a 9 pool, whereas double racks like this, Terran cannot play a real game.
He goes in there, sees all 3 larva morphing, is like, wait a second, that's not good. Now, to TerrOr's credit, he did actually get scouted last here, and that's pretty good. If you are building all of your barracks in the middle of the map. Now, what's pretty bad is when you have no barracks back at home and 6 Zerglings run into your base.
He's going for it. Look at this. TerrOr's not building any SCVs in his main. He's already accepted his fate that he's going to lose his main. So I expect him to actually SCV drill in a moment and just go for the complete base trade.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. I really hope he does. I'm watching the mine. I think he's going to wait until the Zerglings show up. And then, he's turning around.
No, he's going for it.
Okay,
he was turning around, but then he's decided he's just got a base trade for it. But actually, TerrOr's army is very big. But the thing is one sunken stops all of this. So, yeah he's got to go for the main. You got to make sure there's no sunkens up. That's exactly what he's going for. We should see an SCV pull too. And actually, TerrOr might take this.
Yeah, actually, I mean, you need to pull drones here pretty quickly. He's going to go ahead and try it. But the Zerglings don't shoot up. You just lift your buildings.
Yeah. And one thing about Sunkens is once they go down to 100 health, they only have 1 hit left. Drone pull is pretty good, but there's no more Lings. Sunken's about to complete, though.
So many Marines. You can see it pops at 1 HP. The bunker is about to finish on the edge of the creep. The drones are doing a decent job against the Marines, but 1 Marine in a bunker is Infinity Marines in the bunker. They are in the bunker. No more mining from those mineral patches, and the drones are desperately trying to fend off. Oh my God, he didn't lift his CC in time, so it's actually burning down right now.
Yeah, it's actually burning down. He has he has 2 SCVs around the map to repeat.
The drones are killing the Marines in the middle, and there's only 1 or 2 left. He actually only kept the SCV in the bunker. A 3 minutes and 15-second game again.
Yeah, and unfortunately the bunker wasn't in range of the hatchery, so it wasn't like he could even delay mining. But I actually thought if TerrOr had pulled all of his SCVs, he might have actually been able to base trade.
I thought he was going to pull the boys. Yeah. Wow. I mean, he doesn't get much more aggressive than 2 racks in the middle of the map, right? But you don't really also expect your opponent to be going for the counter-aggressive build. Man, that was so sick. As cool as it is to watch like the giant macro chess game that is a long 30-minute game, every once in a while you just want to watch these players like knives out, just go for it. And this is super exciting to see. So with that counterattack, that means that g0rynich is now up 2-1 in the series, and TerrOr's got to bring it back for Peru to even up the series and take us to a game number 5. Let's see if he can do it, because we've got I guess at least this last game coming up, potentially 1 more after that. The map is Neo Sylphid, and that means kind of like the last map, we've got 3 players, so you can kind of do that build in the center and guess 50-50. But it's also one of the more balanced maps in the map pool. A lot of players are really comfortable with this. It's got semi-high grounds in the middle, technically like that, but I don't know if we're really seeing a whole lot of expos here, Niobe,
Yeah, we may see another 9 pool, another double racks in the center, but I think at this point TerrOr needs to chill with the aggression. I mean, actually that's the first game he was aggressive, but I don't think we need to see that again. And g0rynich, I guess, just 9 pool every game, because he's actually had a really sick counter in the initial stages. So that's what I would expect to see from g0rynich.
All right, well, let's go for it. Game number 4 of the 3rd, 4th place match for BSL Season 9 starts right now on Neo Sylphid. All right, here we go in the top of Neo Sylphid in the cobalt blue. As Zerg from Russia, it's g0rynich.
Yep, and in the bottom left in the magenta, this is potentially his last game. Otherwise, he's going to be out. It is TerrOr. So again, another map where you can wall, except this time at your entrance to your main, not at your natural. There's no full wall there. Now, 9 pool would actually be not bad here, and you can deny the Nat for a long time with speedlings. It's always very scary for Terran to attempt to move out with, you know, one barracks production or one factory production. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see g0rynich go for that again. This SCV is going out to build a forward depot as expected. You know, I played versus a guy recently on the ladder who 9 pulled me. I thought he was going speed.
Yeah.
He wasn't going speed. You know what he was going?
What?
Burrow.
No.
So
Molzerg.
So he burrowed a Ling at my Nat, couldn't land the command center. That's my strategy. That's actually what I like to do, because I've had a few people tell me, like, did you rig the map? Like, I can't land my command center. And actually, there's just a Ling just sitting there.
How dare
so it's a pretty nasty build to face, delays your econ quite a bit. Now this time we actually see g0rynich going for a macro play. He's just honestly reading TerrOr completely. Like, he read him in the first game, 14cc. He had a good opener, the Hydra build, even though it got denied on Escalade. Then he completely counters him on Whiteout, and now he knows TerrOr's not going to risk an all-in on his final game, potentially. So he goes for the macro play. Actually, it's an 11 hatch this time, so he is being a bit cautious versus TerrOr.
Yeah, well, I mean, I kind of like what TerrOr is going for this time around. The game that he won was because he played very safe, very defensively, and had all the Marines he needed to stop the Hydra push. So now he's on match point, right? So he's got to win this game. No double racks in the middle of the map shenanigans. It's time to kind of hunker down and make sure that you're not going to die to some stupid Ling flood or whatever. So very similar wall. He's not walling at the natural because that's like super difficult to do. I think you have to pull SCVs to plug the holes there. So he's just going to make sure that he's safe in his main, then expand a little bit later on. And you're right. g0rynich is the LeVar Burton Zerg. Oh, reading Rainbow. Oh, what is this guy up to? A proxy factory.
Yeah, this is something that TerrOr likes to do. And I thought that was an SCV coming out. I was going to say the send out of an extra SCV is genius, because if you send out another SCV to scout, it doesn't look like there's one out on the map actually scouting or actually proxying. Now, why is g0rynich sending a drone out? Why? Why is he sending out?
No,
he's literally just.
Oh, he's around. Okay.
Oh my gosh, I thought he was going to scout it. I was like,
what is that scout for? I think it was just like a bad rally point or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay,
if he had scouted that, I mean, g0rynich like literally just knows everything TerrOr is doing. Now, this Marine is a bit questionable because it's obviously going to die, right? Now, why on earth would you sack a Marine to get no damage done? You also had an SCV alive, right?
Where's the SCV go?
Why is the SCV not coming in? So alarm bell should be going off for g0rynich. I wonder what he's got at his Nat. He knows already that it's got to be a vulture coming.
Something
so
like that,
preemptively builds a sunken instantly. Starport follow-up.
Yeah. Okay, I thought second factory. Look, this is the big brain move. When you know that your opponent knows that you know, you just build even more vultures, and then what are they going to do?
Now, this has got to be a tank push.
Yeah, I was just saying, watch it be a machine shop next.
He's got a machine shop going up. Tank push, maybe. Is it going to be vulture run by? The thing is I think if you go for a tank push, will it actually be quick enough? Like, it takes a long time to kill Sunkens, actually. Inspire should be starting pretty soon.
So, I mean, maybe you put so much pressure on that.
It is a tank. And siege mode.
Okay, I mean, this is weird. I mean, also, you gotta consider TerrOr. g0rynich was headed out there to scout that direction, but didn't actually make it that far.
My gosh, he can siege the Spire.
Wait, why is the Spire there?
The Spire's at the front to be part of the wall. So he doesn't even necessarily care about the sunken. He just wants to make sure no mutas are coming.
Now, Zerglin coming in for the scout. It's scouting the natural, but it's there's a wall there between the other base, and so the proxy won't be scouted for now. Now, finally, it will be scouted by a Ling, but it's too late. The tank's already out. Siege mode is 90% of the way done.
The thing is I don't even think it is too late, though, because the Spire should complete. It's 66% of the way along. You know, we have Siege, but Siege, you know, you don't attack super. Look, he focuses it, but I don't think he's actually going to kill it in time.
He's got to use those vultures,
oh my gosh,
dude.
He needs like 4 more hits on it. Or maybe actually like 6 more hits, because it keeps going up in health. I don't think he's going to kill it.
You don't think so? I mean, you gotta build the mutas immediately. Oh, if he loses his tank, that's huge. Pushing forward with the Hydras, just buying as much time. He's able to one-shot, I think, one of the Sunkens. No, not actually. Never mind. But But the mutas are out, or they're in production at least. The Hydras are just trying to push out and buy it time before the Sunkens get taken out. He's actually sniped one of those tanks, which is huge. He can snipe a second tank that would kill this push dead in its tracks. He gets it. Insane play there by g0rynich in the face of Bio, the vultures, the tanks. He kills them and really just crushes this proxy.
Yeah, vultures try and run by, Sunken gets placed, instantly denied.
Insane.
Just, oh my gosh, he just has TerrOr's number this series. I don't think I've ever seen someone get red this hard in a series ever. Mutas come in, they just make sure that there's actually Goliath coming out. And in the main of TerrOr, you know, there's no Nat. There's no good econ for him. He's just got to spam turrets to make sure he doesn't die. Meanwhile, you know, g0rynich doesn't even have to build mutas now. He knows Goliaths are coming. He can build Hydras.
And there's no way to find out what's going on unless you send your units up there. And then the muta is like, oh, it's so scary. Because you got to get back home. What is there back home to defend against that? 2 turrets? Excuse me. I think you'll need a little bit more than that. Yeah, this is like children's picture books here. So easy to read for g0rynich. Even 6 mutas are going to be devastatingly effective here. They're going to pick off gas SCVs or even you kill this army. There's not that many Goliaths here. He's trying to break through the Sunkens at the front. One of them is going to fall down. The muta's pulling back. That's exactly what TerrOr needs to hang on.
2 lanes are going to focus down these depots, and every single resource so important for TerrOr because he's cutting, you know, pretty hard. No Nat. He has 24 SCVs. We know that at least 1 is out on the map building these factories. And I'd really just like to see Hydras come out for g0rynich now. But honestly, I don't think it matters at this point because mutas are so good in high numbers versus Goliaths. None of the Goliaths have any upgrades other than range. Now, he does have 3 factory production, so the Goliath count will get up pretty quickly. But Ling Muta beats Goliath. Hydra Muta definitely beats Goliath. And Sunkens by themselves beat Goliath. So I think TerrOr just has to go right now and pray that he's caught g0rynich out of position.
Ooh, yeah, I mean, this is a potent attack right now. There's only a couple of Sunkens built. One more coming up. Muta pops basically instantly. I mean, SCV tanking it up in the front. This is a lot of damage. I mean, Goliaths aren't the greatest unit, but I mean, they're pretty good. Targeting down these Sunkens. You can see mass Sunkens being built in response. The Spire's there. You kill that. No more mutas, but there is a control group of mutas out. They don't have +1 anything, but they're still pretty good. He doesn't even need to micro them. This is it. This is the battle for game number 4. Match point for g0rynich. If he can kill these Goliaths, pretty much everything else dies. Trying to micro back against the mutas, but the Goliath count is dropping, and that's it. GG. TerrOr taps out, and g0rynich will take the 3-1.
Yeah, so unfortunately, TerrOr is going to fall 3-1, but g0rynich really on top of his game today. You can tell that he definitely studied TerrOr, especially on the maps that they chose. Like every single time he had the build order advantage. Even in the game he lost, he had the build order advantage. We were just a little bit too late with the Hydras. So g0rynich, I mean, you got to give credit where credit is due. Even though he won with some all-ins, you know, those were good. Those were really good builds. I loved his build order. Now, this build from TerrOr, honestly, I've never seen this before. I like the idea, but the Spire is just so fast these days from Zergs.
I mean, back when you could count on like 3-hatch muta, right, where you built a proxy hatch, you're like, okay, well, that's a little bit more delayed. You've got more time to build up what is just, I mean, we both thought it was a starport, right? Because you just go up the tech tree. You don't really try to sit on that factory tech and bust through. Reminds me of when Nada first qualified for ASL. He tried that nuke rush versus Larva.
Yes.
Because like you kind of know what to expect. There's going to be these like Sunkens. How do you break through it? I guess you can go siege mode or nukes or whatever. But I mean, really, that's it. That's what you're going for. And if you can't break through, then things get a little bit worrisome. So that is it. That's TerrOr finishing in 4th place, which is, you know, not bad, obviously, but g0rynich, he finished 2nd place last season. He's 3rd place this season. That is insanely consistent to see him now absolutely, I mean, he's the best Russian player this season. He's better than DeWalt. Obviously, DeWalt had to play against Boneth earlier on, so that didn't feel super good, but still incredibly high placement from g0rynich in seasons 8 and 9. And I mean, he absolutely deserves 3rd place. And because he did get 3rd place in this tournament, that means that he will get, I think it's $500 for 3rd place, 500 2nd place. So it's $300 for 3rd place, and then $150 for 4th place, which will go to TerrOr from Peru. So, whew, wow, that is a lot. And yeah, I think we do actually have an interview with g0rynich. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but we'll be able to get him. We'll fly him into our BSL studio to be interviewed here. Now, I mean, when we were interviewing True Touch last time, he was coming to us live from a desert island. We'll see if g0rynich also has an interesting backdrop. But let's see if we can get him in here to talk to him a second. Man, those games were exactly what I think you and I were both hoping for. Just super aggressive, not necessarily like all in, but just really, really trying to put the pressure on. I don't think we had a single game make it to 10 minutes.
No, that was the longest one. It was
the final game was...
I mean, I just wanted the first game to be aggro, kind of just set the tone like, hey, I can all in too, but they just wanted to one-up each other with who can be more aggro.
Well, I mean, it was really fun to have a best of 5 between these guys. Like you said, they haven't really played each other all that often. I think the last time they met in a big tournament setting was BSL Season 5, which was like a year and a half ago.
Probably even longer than that.
Probably, it's got to be even time. Actually, I can see exactly when that was. That was December 2nd, 2018. Dude, I want to go back to this game in Season 5 and just tell myself what 2020 is going to be like. It's like, well, at least you get to see these guys play again. Maybe other stuff's going on, but that's when you'll get the rematch. So we did get the rematch. Last time in BSL Season 5, TerrOr came out on top 2-1. This time around, it is g0rynich who takes the 3-1 victory to claim 3rd place in BSL Season 9. And he is joining us now. Hello, g0rynich. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear. Hello.
Okay, well, congratulations. You just won that series 3-1. The games were very short and very aggressive. What were you expecting when you played the series against TerrOr?
Well, I'm already lost my main goal to achieve first place in this tournament, so I just wanted to have some or maybe lucky games, and today luck was on my side.
Well, you did get really lucky. The one game that you tried that Hydra bust against TerrOr was not so lucky. What was your plan there? Did you were you trying to just guess what build he would be going for?
Yes, just wanted to blind counter. Okay. It's two options he can use, Tech or Rhines. So he choose Tech, or he choose Rhines, I'm dead. He choose Tech, I think I'm pretty good. So it's like a coin flip. Yeah. I lost my coin flip.
Well, you won 3 other coin flips, so not bad. Well, not really all coin flips. Do you have any questions, Nyokin?
So on Whiteout, I guess, was the only like really crazy game, right? Like, so what was going through your head when you saw like, hey, he's not saving his base. He's actually just going for it. He's trying to kill my main. Were you worried? Because you had all your lings across the map.
Well, I scouted with drone and I saw that there is too much Rhines coming to my expansion. So if I come back with my links, and he just built bunker, he is ahead because he is well defended and I close it into my main. So I just wanted to trade and defend maybe 3 drones with Sunkens. So that was my decision.
Yeah, so you won 3rd place this season, and because you won 3rd place, that means I think your prize money is $300. Now, I don't know how many, let's see, $300 in rubles. Let's see, that's 20,000 rubles. There's a lot you can do with 20,000 rubles. Do you have any plans for the massive BSL prize pool winnings? What are you going to spend that money on?
I don't know. Actually, it's not that many. You can think 2,000 rubles. Maybe it's maybe a month of a student life, very economical life.
Okay. Well,
I don't know. I don't know. Buy something that I don't usually need.
Okay, well, I mean, you certainly deserve it. You played very, very well. And with this placement, I mean, you're basically guaranteed a spot in BSL Season 10. So obviously a ton of money on the line. I think you're actually in third place as far as points go in the BSL Season 10 standings. So it's going to be really exciting to see you next season. You're doing very, very well right now. Do you have anything to say to the people who have supported you, to all of your fans who have been cheering you on this whole time?
Yes, I want to thank everyone who cheered for me, and I want to thank players who helped me to practice, especially Terrence and Protoss. I'm very thankful for you, and I am sorry that sometimes I'm a dumbass, but it happens.
Well, it's really fun to watch sometimes too, so don't worry too much about that. Congratulations again on getting third place. It's going to be really exciting to see you play in BSL Season 10. Hopefully you'll have just as good a performance, or maybe even be able to make it even farther. So good luck in the meantime, and we will look forward to seeing you in BSL Season 10.
Yes, thank you. I will be trying my hard and my best. Goodbye.
Okay. So cheer for him. All right. Well, thanks so much to g0rynich for that interview, and congratulations once again to him for his third place finish in BSL Season 9. And also a big thanks to g0rynich for making those games so fast that we can get right into the finals here in not too long. We're going to take a little break. This is like the fastest break we've ever broken in BSL. Wow.
Yeah, it's not even an hour. It's like 40 minutes.
And
that's with an interview.
The subway is not going to be open for you guys. It's a best of 7 coming up, so we've got some time. Can't wait for the grand finals, because if that's what you're waiting for, you won't have to wait much longer. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, the BSL Season 9 grand finals between the two Polish prodigies, Bonnet and True Touch TvZ, is coming up next, so don't go anywhere. Sub to us on Patreon or whatever, and we'll be right back with the grand finals of BSL Season 9.